Alright, hello, my name is Blair English. I hope you don't mind. I made a script for myself for this assignment because I couldn't remember everything I wanted to say. And now I'm gonna start. Alright. I'll be the first to admit that we forgot to edit the actual learning plan document as we were caught up in work during the semester, but nevertheless, we did make changes like we were supposed to. We just forgot to write them down. One of the major changes that came after, I think it was the third conference agenda meeting, involved not making assumptions. Now, just to be clear, I knew better than to take any action on these assumptions. However, I thought making them was okay when thinking about all the possible factors that could influence a person's life. Again, I thought it was okay if we were doing it not to judge a person, but to try and gain a better understanding of them. My instructor, Tanya, clarified that this was not okay as it was a slippery slope, and even if you intended to do good, you could end up hurting the person in the end. She taught me how to stick to the facts and get the same amount of insight without having to make assumptions. For example, instead of saying, this person appears to be homeless, I can say, this person's clothes are tattered, which still shows they aren't in a good way. So just to reiterate, we did make several changes throughout the semester, and I did learn some valuable things. We just forgot to write them down on the document, unfortunately. But moving on to something that we did right was using solution-focused therapy as a framework in the organization. This connects to Competency 6, which focuses on engagement. The solution-focused approach at Sarasden applies to Competency 6 because it puts the solution-focused framework directly into practice and uses interpersonal skills like empathy and active listening and emotional intelligence to engage with a diverse array of clients that come in from all walks of life. We get a lot of different people coming in. If you want an example of a solution-focused action, look no further than the food drives that Sarasden hosts on Sundays. It's the first Sunday of every month. It is a short-term affair that directly focuses on solving food problems and food insecurity by giving people food for those who are in need or those who just come by and ask for it. Now to share something more personal, a competency that I myself find easy. That would be Competency 1. Competency 1 revolves around ethics and maintaining professional behavior, something I find comes naturally easy when dealing with clients, as I find a lot of social work values line up with my own. The six core social work values are service, social justice, dignity and worth of a person, importance of human relationships, integrity, and confidence. Again, all of which I find easy to do and are, I don't know how to put it, all of which I find easy to do. I'm not sure how else to put that better. That said, Competency 1 also includes self-reflection and supervision. Again, I don't have a problem with either of these. I self-reflect regularly as I find it healthy and think it's a good idea. And sorry if you hear any of that background noise. And as for supervision, I actually encourage supervision. I like it. I find it boosts my self-confidence, and I think it's a good idea. I like having it. And now it's time for a competency I struggle with. That would be competency 4. That's an area where I could use some work. Competency 4 covers both practice-informed research and research-informed practice. While I can always stand to improve in both areas, I specifically need to improve when it comes to practice-informed research. I often have a hard time finding what I need to for assignments without extensive time and or help from others around me, from my peers. I can think critically when it comes to helping people and dealing with people and engaging with people, but my critical thinking seems to start to waver when it comes to being alone, just on a laptop looking at research. I don't know why that is, but it's a problem that needs to address. I need to work on it. I do intend to work on it as well. And as a side note, I would also stand to work on documentation. I could stand to work on writing things down to address the earlier issue about the learning document. Again, we made changes, just forgot to write them down. I could stand to work on writing things down.